Now back to answering your gardening questions with the Home Show Garden Pros.
Home Show Garden Pros on Sports Radio 610. And man, we had all of these kind of violent storms come through, pockets. My house really didn't get affected, but I have relatives and friends all over the place that, got trees knocked down. So we're going to talk with a awesome certified arborist, Brad Phillips with ArborTrue. Hey, Brad, how's it going?
Good, Danny. Good. I'm glad to hear you didn't have too much wind over at your place. A lot of folks did.
No, for sure. I mean, you and I have talked a lot. Brad's part of OBA, and so I trust his knowledge set a lot. And so when it comes down to it, people can do things to kind of pre-mitigate damage to these big storms or flash storms that come through. What are some things that people can do to help their trees?
Well, I think what it comes down to, Danny, is that there are things you can do, there are things you should do, and there are things that are more commonly done which you absolutely should not do.
Oh, wow.
So I'll start with the myth-busting part, which is people have their trees thinned out because it's supposed to let the wind through the tree and therefore make the tree less susceptible to wind damage. And as it turns out, that doesn't work. It actually makes it a lot worse.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
280 million years of trees evolving to withstand storms. It turns out they don't need people to cut pieces of them off to make them withstand storms. So really what happens is when you thin them out, wind maintains a higher velocity now inside the tree's crown and is more able to tear limbs out of the tree.
Gotcha. And I kind of see the wind is now blowing the way the tree hasn't anticipated from the inside.
Exactly. So if a tree has a real thick crown and the wind is blowing against the whole tree, then the whole tree can share some of that load, and it becomes a dynamic shift. The tree can twist this way, that way. The limbs can move individually to break that wind apart. But with the tree wide open, the wind sails right through the limbs and hits the limbs on the other side of the tree, which is now pulling with the force of gravity, and it rips the limbs off onto a car, onto a home. And maybe even pulls the whole tree over.
Okay, so that's a myth. That's definitely really great information to hear. So what are some good things people can do?
The International Society of Arboriculture says not to do what we just talked about, and also has many other good recommendations, such as ensuring solid root vigor. Most of the trees in this part of Texas, coastal parts of Texas, have very, very shallow roots. Even pine trees have pretty shallow roots against what most people think, especially if you have a clay soil. They can only grow so deep. So increasing that vigor and increasing the quality of your soil is absolutely paramount to improving not only the health of the tree, but the tree's structural integrity in the event of high winds.
Oh, man. Well, I'm really glad that we were able to talk to you. How can people get a hold of ArborTrue and get a hold of you?
We've got our website, ArborTrue.com. We're on Facebook and all other forms of social media. We can be contacted easily at 888-ARBORIST or at 832-980-TREE. We're very easy to get a hold of.
Well, thanks so much, Brad, and very helpful information.
Oh, my pleasure.
Y'all may have heard me say ArborTrue before on the air, and it's because it's a great company, great guy. So thanks for the advice.